Okay, looks like I'm live. So, hello, welcome back to our Flourish Your Beauty Life and our time together. So, I'm going to give it a second, set up my mic actually, because I want to make sure that I am recording this for my podcast. So, let me do that while everyone's coming in. Okay, and set that up. So, hi, as everyone's coming in. Forgot to set up my mic because this is a new thing that I'm doing for the podcast. All right, all set. So this way we have some good sound and everything's good to go. So hi and welcome to our Flourish Your Beauty Life. So today will be slightly different because I am opening a new space here with my 5 keys to transform through fierce gratitude. These 5 keys to transform through fierce gratitude came to me. They were downloaded to me several years ago. And over time, this teaching, this download has really evolved into something much greater, especially looking at the picture over the last several years and the evolution of everything. And I want to speak to the first key today. And then on Thursday evening, we're going to do a meditation around it. So as you're coming in, please go ahead and say hi, say who's joining. And then, of course, when you're watching the replay, then please go ahead and say a replay. And hi, welcome to this time, to the space together. This is always our sacred space that we're creating. And I'm going to begin by lighting my candle. So if you have a candle also with you, again, check in and say hi. And I'll go ahead and check in a little bit too as you're coming in. And hello and welcome to our time and our space together. So let me go ahead and light this candle. Again, always honoring and allowing this moment to set in, to take place, allowing the life force of the match that we just created to complete its cycle. Okay. And with this centering in together, the moment you light your candle, this is your signal to yourself that now you're shifting into a different space, into whatever came before and will come after is irrelevant, because the only thing that matters is you here now in the present moment. And I am opening these 5 keys to transform through fierce gratitude today with the first key that is called Claim Your Power. And as I mentioned in the intro, over time, this has really evolved because it began more in that concept of the microcosm. But now I want to take it to the macrocosm today. Because when we're looking at where we've been as a collective consciousness and the stream that we're all dreaming, and where we are in the stream, it feels like it is so important for us to take this to a much grander scale now, to take it out of our lives, out of our personal things, and bring it within the collective. And I want to take you on a journey with this because I feel like when we're beginning with this bigger journey today, that's where we can create context and where we can make shifts and changes and magic happen. So first, hi, hey Brittany, it's so good to see you. So happy to be with you also. And Chin, my friend, lovely to see you. I'm so excited to spend time with all of you. And if more of you are coming in later, I'm already going to say hello now. And we'll check in later, of course. So with this, let's get started. So settle in for a moment if you can. Of course, when you're listening to this later on, you might be just starting your morning, you might just wind down your day, you might be cooking, you might be doing all kinds of things. And if you have the time to actually take a couple of moments of quiet, then that will also be amazing. But know that I'm always working on multiple planes at the same time, always working multidimensionally with everything that I'm transmitting. And this is always how it's received for you too, no matter if you are more in a quiet meditative state or if you're fully active or you're jogging or whatever you might might be doing and just listening to this on the side. It all sinks in. And if you want to listen to it again, then you listen to it again and over, and that's all fine. So I want to take you back to our origin. And when we began this journey here into this matrix of time and space, into the simulated reality that we are all finding ourselves in, we came here as powerful avatars of remembering. There was no forgetting. There was full awareness of the grandness of who we are and all that we embodied. And we came here and we played, and it was super exciting because we were part of this creation with Source, because we are Source energy. We're part of Source. And so we knew and we remembered that this was going to be a game. And we remembered the origin of the simulation and the rules and everything that came with it, and the fun of being able to come from soul space and be able to just step into here and play. And we had created all of this magic here and all of this beauty that is encompassed within this. And now we get to actually be here, and we get to experience nature. We get to experience waterfalls. We get to experience life with each other and love and all of those dynamics of the game. And it was super, super exciting. And we remembered it all. And we were able to step in and out and flow in and out however we chose. There was no amnesia at the time. And then over time, as the simulation kept evolving itself, it began slowly that we began forgetting as we continued these incarnation cycles, and more of who we truly are and the powerful beings that we are became lost and forgotten. And we began entering here with amnesia, and we forgot our power. We forgot the grandness of who we truly are and the amazing abilities that we have within us, and the amazing journey that we entered at one point, because now we're in it. And then we tend to not be able to see the bigger picture and to be able to step out of it. And so within it, we close down these cycles, and we close ourselves down, and we close our power down almost to that point where it's kind of that feeling of like, well, how dare I claim all of these things because I'm just this, or I'm just here. And it almost feels boisterous or grand or like too much boldness if we fully say this is who we are, because that's not how we're being taught. And over time, especially when we're looking at these last couple of years here, we forgot just how beautiful and amazing we are. And we forgot that godness, that divinity within us. And we forgot our power, and we gave our power away to false authority under false pretenses. And we almost lost a little touch of that divine grace within the fear that we let in. And we forgot, we didn't remember anymore. We didn't remember that this is a co-creative process, and that it is a feedback loop, and that we are always connected to source, to energy, to co-creating within this. And the grand avatars that we are coming here, and the honor and the space and the amazingness of being able to be part of that divine source and that divine energy and that divine grace. And sometimes it takes certain moments to shake us out of it. And sometimes we continue this sleep. And some of us are more awake, and some of us are more in a state of this continued dream. And we play small, and we reduce our life to material possessions. We reduce our life to the daily grind, to not even remembering, like within a week, all of the beauty that sits within it. And we just kind of fall asleep more and more and more. And these last couple of years have given us the opportunity to wake up, to shake ourselves out of it, and to say, hey, this is who I truly am. And no, I don't feel this is right, or I don't need to feel like I have to hand over my energy, my power, my beingness because it doesn't feel authentic. And within this opportunity that we have had over the last couple of years, no matter if some of us have still been asleep at that point or are slowly waking up, or if some of us hadn't forgotten, ultimately, it is always, always a return to our true beingness and a return to our true source energy, to true divinity, and to not decline backwards, to not let our consciousness fall back, but to step into a space back into divine consciousness, to remember that we, as our collective consciousness, still have that chance to dream a much greater dream, that at this moment in time, at this pivotal time and space right now that we're experiencing, it can go two ways. And it's up to us to claim our power back and to understand the grandness of the beingness that we are, to understand that we have God, Goddess Source within us, that we are God, Goddess Source, embodied here within our soul space and through the avatars that we are. And as we have almost lost our way as a collective consciousness, this is our moment now to realize it and to wake up and to claim our power. We are at a precipice right now of these huge shifts and changes that we're experiencing here. And we're in the middle of it right now. We're middle of these times where we have that opportunity to not stay in the dream, but to rather rise. And it takes all of us to do it together as a collective, to return to our divine collective consciousness. And when we do that, there is so much beauty and so much power in it, because that's what God wants us to do. It is that awakening that we're meant to do, to not be stuck here in the tightness, in the fear, in all of those things that we think are real, because they're really not. In the end, the only thing that really matters is how much we've impacted, how much and how deeply we've loved, and how much we remained within our truth and in our true beingness. And so when you're finding yourself in life and things happen to you, the most important key as part of these 5 keys, first of all, before we can even begin to talk about fierce gratitude, is to first allow the space for ourselves, to allow any of the feelings that are coming up for us, and to say, you know what, it's okay. It's okay, whatever is rising within us, it's okay. To not shy away from the emotions and the feelings and the impact. And I can speak personally very strongly about that, especially in the last couple of years of going through my own midlife, what we would call midlife crisis, but really a midlife awakening. And I know many of my clients and many of you are part of this as well and experiencing this as well. So it is such an important key to not try to hide our feelings, because they're always teaching us things. Those things, especially what we consider to be the dark or the shadow parts, or the things that we tend to hide away, those are the most important things in claiming our power, because they're part of us, they are us, and they're teaching us and they're showing us. And allowing that teaching and that showing to be revealed, to see what is that much deeper message that it has for us. That's really one of the most important keys as we're starting this journey together. And by the way, these 5 keys to transform through fierce gratitude, I have an ebook for you that I will link here as well. And you can go ahead and download it. And I'm also going to be creating a physical little booklet too that you can print to go with it as well. It might still take me a moment to get it done, but that is my plan, because sometimes I know when we're just looking at a screen, that might not work as well, or we have to like be in a tablet or something. So I still like having physical things in front of me as well. And so I think like that suits everybody really well. So that's coming. And in the meantime, please go ahead and just download those 5 keys to transform through fierce gratitude, because we're going to dive deeper and deeper into these. And it is such a good teaching and so good to go through that journey, no matter what is going on in your life. And of course, we always want to hold both pictures. We always want to hold the macrocosm as well as the microcosm, but not to forget the macrocosm, because we are here for these much bigger things. We are soul embodied here. We are source embodied here, and we are source experiencing itself through us. And so it's important to make this experience amazing for ourselves and for us to really step into our remembrance of that divinity. And that's where the most important key of all of it lies. So it is your invitation to not fight, to not resist, to not hide away any of your feelings, to not shy away from the emotions, whatever might be coming up for you, but see them as this beautiful, amazing opportunity for you to be able to claim your power back. Because it is only in the full embodiment of everything, of the light and the dark, of the feminine and the masculine, in the balance of it all, where we shine and where we become these luminous beings that were meant to be here, and where we return to that wholeness and we return to the remembrance of who we truly are. And that is the expansion of that first key of claiming your power, which is so vital and so important in this process as we're moving forward in these times of rapid shifts and changes, to be able to hold a very strong and powerful energy, because all of it is part of us. There is not a single thing that is genuinely us that shouldn't be acknowledged, that shouldn't be seen and heard and be known, because it is all part of that integration of claiming your power. So I want to go ahead and check in with you. And hi, Carol, it's good to see you and see how this resonates with you. What are your feelings about it? Do you have any questions for me as well on all of this? And when you're downloading, by the way, your ebook, then you find different ideas, which is more for the micro, but yet again, it's so important for you because we all have our own things going on in life all the time. And when we're working in the microcosm within our own understanding and within everything that is happening within us, that's where we're also expanding into the macrocosm, because we first have to be able to hold life here together. And once we do this, then the expansiveness will naturally come when we don't forget and we continue to have that awareness. So I'm going to give it one more minute to see if any of you have any questions at all. And remember, Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, I am going to be doing the meditation part for it, where I'll take you through this journey together, where you and I are going to be raising our collective consciousness, where we're connecting in and we're sharing space, time into this grander perspective. Okay. Chin saying, thank you so much for this reminder, Silke. It's so easy to be stuck in the material dream. Yeah, it really is. And of course, it is part of the fun. But at the same time, we have to acknowledge and remember that it is just part of the fun of being here, but it is not the big picture. And then all of it can be just one beautiful flow and one beautiful integration. So thank you, Chin, for that. That is such a key thing for sure. So I am going to extinguish my candle, honoring the time and space that you and I had and shared. And thank you for being here with me. And when you're watching the replay, please go ahead and comment here, and I'll be checking in with you. And I wish you an amazing, amazing day. Remember, Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Let's go ahead and do the meditation for this together. I look forward to seeing you then. Namaste.